You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Sylving Reforged. So let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright, fresh out of bed, ready to start the new day. Alright, it was tough getting up the following day. The sunlight covers half the bed, but I stayed curled up in the shadow near the edge. The first thing I feel is the thick down pillow that my face is sunken into. I can feel the feathery quills poking through. I had a second pillow next to me, but at some point in the night, it got stuffed into the corner where the bed meets the wall. Mikkel and Agnarr told me to stay inside, to trust them to figure out what to do with me. So all I've done these past couple days is mope around the house and avoid the windows. Not that I have anywhere to go aside from the cave, and what would I do there? Sleep? I doubt I'd be nowhere near as comfortable as this. I spent the last day and a half in the bedroom, all by myself, processing my feelings about being stranded here. Agnarr's been bringing my meals up to me. I really appreciate him taking care of me while I wallow in this funk. He also brought me fresh twigs and ground spices. I was confused at first, but he said they were for keeping my teeth clean. I never thought I'd be chewings on sticks to clean my teeth. I wonder if that's what the people back at Byron did before the teeth was invented. He brought me enough to last for a few days, but I ended up using them all because I kept biting too hard. Controlling the strength of my bites is difficult with how powerful my jaw is now. It felt odd, especially on account of my new pointier teeth, but at least it was something to do. It helped freshen my mouth up. The spices came in a little bowl, and I was told to dunk the twig in there before chewing it. Weird. It tasted minty at first, but not as fresh and cool as normal toothpaste. On top of that was kind of salty, peppery flavor that will still take some getting used to. Ugh. I don't know how I can be so groggy after an entire day of lounging around and doing nothing. I guess I'm just emotionally exhausted. What happened back in the cave still bothers me. What's going on with me? Was I really using magic when I got upset? No matter how many times I think about it, I'm still clueless as to what it really was. It was kind of scary when I felt that pressure throughout my body, but I'm too curious to ignore it. I've tested a few different things, carefully, just to see if I could make it happen again. I tried imagining small white sparks shooting from my fingertips, like in a movie I saw once. I don't remember what movie it was, but it's the simplest thing I can think of to try and do magic again. I throw my arms towards the ceiling in dramatic fashion, like I'm a wizard casting a spell before chanting the magic words. Abracadabra! Yeah, I knew it wouldn't work. It was worth a shot, though. I've been waving my arms around and shadowboxing some made-up martial art to get my blood pumping, but nothing so far. I'm kind of glad nothing happened, though. It hopefully means I won't blow up the house in my sleep, but I still want to know what that light show was about. I don't really want to be the first human-turned-lion man to explode in bed. I tried channeling the emotions I had back then. Rage, desperation, helplessness. But they didn't hit as hard as remembering them as living them so again. So again, nothing happened, since I didn't want to lash out at full power. Maybe that's why I've had no luck at bringing it out. For now, being in full rage mode is the only clue I've got on how to activate it. Can't say for certain since I can't get as angry as back then. It's probably best I avoid that feeling while in town in case I lose control again. I'm still tired, but it's gotten too warm to stay in bed. The sunlight moves across the bed, leaving no place for me to avoid it any longer. I could close the shutters or force myself out of the bed. I choose the third option and pull the blanket over my head. I am not ready to wake up yet and start living my new life as an overgrown house cat. Damn it! I can't get back to sleep. I give a frustrated grunt, blindly fumbling about for my phone and turning it on. 11:03. It's almost noon already? Must be the middle of rush hour for them. At least I think so. I don't really know what the local time is here. My phone could be off. Heck, the length of their days could be different. There's 19% left on the battery, and I didn't bring a charger with me. Not that there's outlets for a charger anyway. I would be fretting over it dying soon if it wasn't for the fact that it's pretty much useless in this world. Got no signal, no internet, and no chance I could reach anyone I know with it anyway. It's not even useful as a clock, seeing as I don't even know how the days work here. Still, I want to save what little battery is left just in case. I switch my phone back off, but hold on to it. Since I've got nothing to do but keep myself busy with browsing or online chatting, I don't know what to do today. I can just lay here and wait, I guess. I think I'm going insane. I fought my way out of bed, taking my blanket with me, as all my clothing has been left scattered across the floor. I shuffle over to the stool in front of the vanity and plop myself down on it, glancing up at my reflection. Oh, lordy. Oh, wow. I look terrible. I didn't even know lions could look this exhausted. I'd kill for a hot cup of coffee right now. My brain can hardly function without it in the morning. Cutie. So cutie. Nipple. Ah. Whoa. What the hell was that? Was that my mouth? Did I seriously just do that? This is really... Wow. Can my mouth really open this wide? I could fit my entire fist in here. Something else. My teeth have become dagger-like fangs with smaller, pointed incisors between. With teeth like these, I can probably crush bone. Well, I was at least able to bite through that concrete slab of a bread roll the other day, so maybe they're more than just for show. The sound of knocking pulls me out of my little inspection in the mirror. I can see the wolf's muzzle sticking through the door. I heard movement from downstairs, so I assumed you had awoken. May I come in? I feel part of me want to say no, but I also know that's not going to help one bit. Yeah, sure. Good morning, Aron. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Well as I could after everything the other day. Right. I wanted to apologize again for all of this. Why? It's not like you were the one who stole my stuff and ran off. Yes, well, his lordship has made it clear that he feels terrible for what he's done to you. I still want the chance to set things right with you. We've got a lot of work to do if you're ready to get started. Lord Mikkel and I have devised a plan to help you blend into our society as naturally as can be managed. So the first items of business are your attire and your background. As I'm sure you've noticed, your garments are quite different from ours. People couldn't help but take notice. Not to mention your walk the other day left quite the impression. Ugh, don't remind me. But the words of you should die down quickly when you won't do anything else that piques our interest for you. And lucky for us, the Grand Jacques hunt is just on the horizon, and it always leaves the locals chattering for weeks before and after. So if we can get you walking, talking, and looking like one of us, then I doubt anyone will give you so much as a second glance after the festivities. Our first step will be to change your wardrobe. The wolf presents a measuring tape made of fabric, looking worn out. He gives an encouraging smile before noticing my clothes spread out on the floor. Are you already undressed beneath the blanket? My clothes are starting to reek. My nose couldn't take it anymore. I was hoping to wash them at least, but even if I won't be wearing them again anytime soon... I see. Then I'll get straight to measuring you. You can take off the blanket now. Wait, right now? Is there a problem? I need to put on some clothes first. The wolf looks at me with a puzzled look. Why do you need clothes? The measurements won't be accurate unless you undress. I take it that's not something you're comfortable with. It's just awkward getting measured nude. Can I at least wear something? The wolf holds back a chuckle as he smirks, putting the measuring tape away. I see. I didn't think you would be so shy about being bare. I'll be just outside the door then. Call for me when you're ready. Once he's out, I let the blanket slip from my shoulders and toss it back onto the bed. I glance at my underwear laying on the floor, the sole pair I've been wearing for the past few days. No. I grab my pants again. I grab my pants instead. They don't smell nearly as bad as the other clothing and still cover the more intimate parts. I pull it up my legs, but it stops at the hips when it hits the tail. The base isn't quite above where the belt line ought to be, forcing my pants to sag lower than to my liking. Jeez, I keep forgetting that I have a tail here. Tail now there. When I try to release the waistband, my fingers get stuck. My claws are literally hooked into the fabric and won't come out. With a few shakes, I manage to pull them away, and predictably they tear. I probably shouldn't let these claws stay as they are if this keeps happening. At least it's not as bad as the Swiss cheese that is my shirt because of these things. I zip up and fasten the button, but still feel my tail pressing against the waistline. Oh, goodness. Ugh. Alright, just one. Hopefully Agnarr won't be able to see anything. Maybe I should toss on the shirt too, even if it smells terrible. But Agnarr doesn't wear a shirt, and he didn't seem to think much about me being naked, so I guess it's fine. I'm ready. You can come back in now. I gestured at myself pointedly, looking to Agnarr for approval. Is this okay? This is fine. Now that you're comfortable, it shouldn't take long for me to measure you. He leads me to the middle of the room. Well, yeah, I stand up straight while he unrolls the measuring tape, stepping closer. 1 second, yeah? Sorry about that, I just had to clear my nose. I'm still amazed by just how tall he is up close. I barely reach to his chest. I'll start at your shoulders and move down. All you have to do is spread your arms and stand still. Got it? He moves in, his large fingers and thumbs pressing the tape to my shoulders, wrapping around my chest, the length of my torso, the thickness of my tail, and so on. His hands hover around my head before I feel the tape on my back. His large hands gently follow the tape of my shoulders. More than once, he effortlessly tugs a little too hard, putting me off balance. You can hold on to my arms if you're having trouble holding still. I take him up on his offer and place my hands on his upper arms by his biceps. It's an odd sensation, clutching his arms. His fur is short, coarse, and thick, but it's no different than the arms of any human, just bigger and hairier. He moves down my chest, following the curve of my waist. He measures the length of my torso and the thickness of the tail. He then measures around my waistline and thigh before having me stand straight to get the length from my waist to my ankle. Agnarr straightens up, rolling the measuring tape up and around one of his fingers. That should do. I'll find clothes that are a bit loose so you can move around in comfortably. Your meal is downstairs in the oven. It should still be warm. I hope it's to your liking, Aron. I'll take my leave, and just to be clear, if anyone comes calling, do not answer the door. What about Mikkel? Lord Mikkel has a key. The two of us are the only ones with keys to the house, so you should be fine. Agnarr leaves the door to the hallway open, and I hear him leave the house. I lift my arm, stretching in place for a few seconds before letting my whole body relax, and I take a deep breath. Since I'm getting new clothes, I might as well put my current ones in a single pile to get them clean later. I pick up everything, even my shoes and satchel, and tuck them into a corner on the floor. As I take another deep breath, my nose picks up a familiar scent that tickles my mind. Something familiar. Butter. Cinnamon. Apple. No way, is that what I think it is? I hurry down into the kitchen, searching till I spot a small black door that I can only assume is the oven. Pulling the oven open, the tantalizing aroma wafts over me, and I take a deep whiff. Ugh. Ugh. 1 second. Okay. On the smooth clay surface sits a metal plate, and the treasure on top almost makes me feel more at home. It's a whole apple pie about the size of a small plate. It's about the width of a tea plate, small enough for one person, with a golden brown crust. I fetch a small fork and knife from the cupboard where Agnarr keeps the plates and cutlery and place it all on the table. The pie is lukewarm, so I'm not worried about getting burned when handling it. I cut a small slice out and hold it close to my nose on the end of the fork. It's moist inside, but it doesn't drip. I had no idea how much I missed the smell. How many years has it been since I last had apple pie? I don't think I've had any since Grandma passed away, back when I was still just a kid. She wasn't an amazing cook, but she was always the best at baking. She knew apple pie was my favorite, so she always prepared one for me when we paid a visit. I lean forward in my seat and dig in. The warmth spreads throughout my body as the flaky, buttery crust breaks apart with the tiniest bit of pressure. The sweetness of the fruit with just a hint of sourness, the toffee-like goo between the chunks, the cinnamon bringing it all together, makes for an wholesome experience that soothes my heart. It doesn't taste like how Grandma used to make, but this is still pretty damn good. Fragments of memories wander through my mind as I continue eating. How me and my sister would play hide-and-seek in her garden, and the scoldings from Grandma when we made a mess of our shoes. Alright, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!